In this experiment, we will be reviewing 3 concepts relevant to our course.
The first concept we will be utilizing is Fitz and Posner's 3-stage model for labeling an individual's skill.
The next concept we will be looking at is the information processing approach and observing exactly how each participant identifies the presented stimuli, selects a response, and then produces a desired movement.
The last concept we will implement into the experiment is Fitt's law. Fitt's law states that movement time is constant when the ratio of movement amplitude to target width remains constant. It can often be used to explain the speed-accuracy trade-off, which suggests that when the amplitude and width ratio is changed, then so does the expected outcome.
These are the 3 participants we will be using for our experiment. We compared them to one another and categorized them using Fitz and Posner's model. They will each be performing 2 trials. The first trial with gates that are tight with about 1.5 feet space in between the cones, and the second trial with the gates a bit wider at about 2 feet. Their task is to dribble a soccer ball as quickly as possible down and back a set of gates while minimizing error and using any set of skills they have at their disposal.
This is Reagan. Reagan has been in specialized training for only 1 year now, and because we are comparing Reagan to Mason and Michael, we would put her in the cognitive stage of Fitz and Posner's model.
This is Mason. Mason has been in specialized training since he was Reagan's age, and since he is not as experienced as Michael, but more experienced than Reagan, we would classify him in the associative stage.
Finally, this is Michael. Michael has been involved with specialized soccer training for 15 years now, and so we could label him as an expert, putting him in the autonomous stage. So what are we hoping to learn from this experiment? We came up with 2 main questions we wanted to have answered.
In what way will ball control have an effect on each participant's performance? And 2, how will the results change between the trials?
We wanted to get a better idea of what would be some expected outcomes and learn more about why they would turn out that way. So to help, we asked Coach Giannis Swerkos, a physical education teacher and soccer coach of 30 plus years, to help answer a few of our questions.
Among those 3, I will think that fastest is gonna be the more experienced guy. Probably he has like 15-16 years of experience, so his ball control is gonna be overdo the other 2, and he should get this course faster than other 2 performers. I think the second trial is going to be faster because you increase the space between the cones or obstacles on the way, and that increase the speed and ball control of the players. They're going to get more freedom. So they should be much faster than the first trial.
We agree with Coach and believe that trial 2 times will be faster due to the increased target or gate area, which will allow our 3 participants to move quicker in between the cones. We also think that Michael, who is in the autonomous stage, will have the better results out of all the performers.
We'll start with Reagan's trials first. Notice how she went too quickly at first and bumped into a cone right away. She had to take into account new stimuli and then process for the less space that's given in between the cones. Reagan had a faster time, but anyone noticed that her technical skill and how she touched the ball is limited. Let's take a quick look again. If you still haven't noticed, Reagan only touched the ball with the inside of her feet. Might her limited skill level knowledge be preventing her from going faster?
Mason, having a higher skill level than Reagan, shows that he utilizes more technical skills in each trial, but he still has some trouble going in between the cones, even though he had a quicker time than Reagan did. As you just saw, Mason uses more than just the insides of his feet like Reagan did, and that seems to prompt him to have a larger range of skills from him to select from when processing a response.
A much more fluid movement for Michael. He completed the first trial with a faster time than Reagan and Mason, while also using many different types of skills, which is why he has been classified in the autonomous stage. His errors were limited to maybe just one moment of hesitation, as he had to compensate for the decreased space between the gates. Clearly much easier for Michael. This time, he had virtually no errors and completed the trial with the fastest time of 12 seconds, using numerous different skills to help him improve his performance time.
From the experiment, we can see that our hypothesis was correct, since each participant decreased the time it took for them to finish the task by at least 2 seconds when comparing trial 1 and trial 2 together. And secondly, being in the autonomous stage, Michael was able to identify the stimuli, form a response, and then program a movement at a much more proficient level than the other two participants in this study, respectively.